Alright, welcome back guys to the channel. We are here in front of my trading station. This is where the whole account flip happened, right? It was a crazy month, guys. My psychology is totally fried. Like my brain is done. Like I don't want to trade anymore, to be honest. Let me show you how it all was done. And now we want to go here on the screens quickly, guys. Here, my screens, right? Because I want to show you how I arrived with my bias in the Euro USD. And the bias was super important, guys. Because of this, we actually could flip the account up like we did. Without our bias to go long only on Euro USD for the time being, we would have been, screwed a long time before. This was our hack. This was our market advantage. Now let's go to the screen and have a look at it, right? Let's go. Alright guys, now to show you quickly how did we arrive with the bias. This is what made us successful, right? The whole experiment. Basically, I always go on weekly. This is where I arrive with the bias. Go watch my strategy videos, then you will understand this. So basically we go back here and this was the week when we did have the big profit, right? As you can see already, our target was always up here in the long run. But now how do we arrive at the bias? We simply look in weekly, we keep our brains small, right? We see an engulfing green. That's basically the signal for me to prefer long only, and that's basically it, right? We want to see the thrust. Is it engulfed? Yes. So it's thrusting up? Yes. Is it green? Yes, it switched from red to green. Is it a momentum candle? Yes, it has a bigger body, so it is momentum. Then we want to look at the zone where it is cheap. That is when this gap is filled, and this is basically all we did, right? So we wanted to wait for a pullback and then we wanted to trade it up. So given that setup here on the weekly, where we did have an engulfing, where we were thrusting up, and we did have a lot of signals here, right? We are always in up thrust. What does it up mean? That means a candle is engulfed here, like for example here it's clearly engulfed, and there is no counter engulfing with a red candle closing below like a weekly low point of a weekly candle. It never happened. That's why it's up thrust, right? And here again from red to green, clear momentum. So this is why I knew I will trade long only, and this is how we could do this whole account flip. Of course the account flip started before already. I think already it started with this candle right here. So let us go back even more. I think it started actually here or something, and then we just waited for the pullback down here, right? This is the low point, and then we always preferred long, and this is how we did it. And then in the smaller time frames we always looked for pullbacks. We looked for when the price came back into Bollinger zones, and then we went long. You will see this in the videos. Then let's go back. All right guys, now to recap what has happened so far.
Previously on the Real Forex Trader.
In episode 1, basically you could see how the account was flipped from 1k to about 2k, maybe 1.7k, 2k, something like that. Unfortunately, like I showed you in episode 1, I never had the recording when I flipped the account to from 300 to 1k.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
That is a bummer. I know. I was just not motivated. The account was so small. I was not so motivated to record it the whole time. So there was a lot of videos missing anyway. Like a lot of trades were not recorded anyway. Then episode 2 was very nice. There was the FOMC interest rate decision in there. High impact volatility event, which was crazy. Gambled on that, I guess you could see that. And basically what happened there, we flipped it from 2k all the way to 3.5k, even 4k at some point, right? But in the end we finished with 3.5k, right? Then what did I do? I took a withdrawal because I wanted to get my money back, because I was already feeling the psychological effects of the trading these high sizes, seeing these account swings, right? So that was good that I did that. So I withdraw, I think 300 or 400, something like that. Then the starting account balance was 3k or 3.1k, and this is where we will continue now, guys. So without further ado, let's go into it. Yes.
Account flip, episode 3.
Okay guys, so back with an update here. Euro USD came down a lot. This was to be expected, as I also explained in my market focus video, right? We expected actually this to come down. So because remember in the 4 hour we got a red one right here. After that we were expecting this to come down, right? To at least come to this low point here, right? So it did do that right now. Daily looking red, weekly is now at the weekly low. This is what we wanted to see as a minimum of a pullback to go long again, to take it to the target here. Now the question is though, this could be a bigger 3-wave correction. I noticed that. So this could even do something like that, therefore do a deeper pullback and have a couple of red days, right? So we need to see about that. However, I initiated a long now because we are in the candle already here, right? Body low here on the daily, on the weekly, sorry. And now let's go back quickly to TradingView. We want to potentially scale into this position here. We're still small right now, right? Flipping green here, the 30-minute. I'm trying another one in here. Basically, as you can see here, why I'm doing this, I'm here at S3, right? So this is why I'm buying in here. Normally it high chance to turn around here at S3, at least get an intraday pullback and then come down if it wants to come down more. This is the reason why, but we are here at danger that, like I said, that we're still early and that actually this low point still must come and be fished out before we go up, or even there's a chance that there is a bigger correction going on here. There is still a chance of that, right? As you can see here, it could also be that in the cards that we will get multiple red days now, and that we're playing this kind of 3-wave correction before we go up, right? So this is also in play. Then we would even go to the Bollingers of the daily. This is why I need to monitor carefully, but the price level now was very good. I needed to try it here because we are at S3. High chance of stabilizing here actually, but if not, then of course we go out quickly, take a little bit of losses. If we stabilize here, we will monitor how it will be. Potential target would be first up here, right? And then we need to see if we take here the gains already, or if we want to swing it with higher targets. But we could take the gains here maybe, right? And then if it wants to come down again the next couple of days, that's fine. You never know, something will happen here. We don't know exactly how, but we will try to adjust to it basically. Alright guys, I catch you in the next one.
1 hour later.
Okay, update guys. We threw out both entries here already because it's starting to get heavy again and move more down. You can see it here. It just took a little loss here. It's okay, and not much, like 40 bucks or something. 30-40 bucks, and that's okay. Just gonna let it roll down more, potentially to this low point here. Looks very heavy, the market. It's a lot of risk off today. Something happened again with the BOJ, I guess. Very curious what will happen once we are fishing out this low point. Then we could make a turnaround somewhere there, right? Then here AUD also moving down. We talked about it. I'm expecting actually pull down here. Actually, this didn't even come down so much if you compare this with the euro. This is, came down much more. NZD also still waiting to complete the pullback here. Yeah, that's how it looks at the moment, right? So it's just waiting here. And what is GJ doing? Yeah, GJ, I don't know. Anyway, don't really trade GJ. I mean GU, sorry, GU. It's gonna wait here. Okay, now it's, what is it doing? Trying to stabilize again. Yeah, great. It took a loss already. Yeah, I will monitor it, then we'll see, maybe go in again here then if it wants to stabilize around S3. I wanted to try it around S3, but it was weird because it was pushing down again. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, welcome back. So, I'm sorry there might be some background noises because there's a construction going on outside. Basically, yeah, you can see here in the MetaTrader that we went back in here, now 2 lots even, because I had high conviction it turns here again. We did, like I said, take some little bit of losses on the first try, but not much, right? 40 bucks or something.
And yeah, now we're in here. We need to see. At the moment I like it, of course, but we need to monitor it still carefully, because here in the 1 hour we first need to this engulfing to come in. There's still 30 minutes to go, so there is still stuff that could happen, right, and destroy that. Hopefully not. This will be good to engulf here like that, and then we need to ask ourselves, how long would we hold this? I mean, the ultimate goal would be up here, right? This is the weekly target we talked about many times in the market focus videos, right? Yeah, the issue though is that looking at daily, right? Here's daily. No, this is weekly. Weekly is looking good. We bought it here at the bottom, right? This is exactly what we wanted to do. Looking at daily, this doesn't look like it will turn so quickly, right? Best would be to get back this support right here. So if this would retrace back here and close up here, that would be good. But if it doesn't do that, then daily could take 2 or 3 days to turn, you know, and make new lows and potentially still grab this low point, or even do this a bigger correction with the channel that I showed you guys before. So we need to consider that. So either we hold this as a swing trade, right, and just leave it no matter what happens there, but then we have the potential problem that we will go in minus again, or we put SLs at even and then go out at even, and that will probably also be good. Or we let it run up here, and then once it's there, it's probably gonna, you know, not go further than that today here in the 4 hour, right? Once it closed the gap, we could also book profits there to, you know, increase our account. Like I said, we don't always need to take the best risk reward, we just want to increase the account. And then from there we could either wait for another turn down and then scale in again, or if it's broken above, then we could wait for something like that, right? Like retouch on the broken zone, or just buy in once it's over it and then hold it up there. And that will basically be the same as the trade down here, because we just you continue the trade up there, right? We just here book the profits, have that in the balance, not only the equity, open it up and run it up there. So it's almost the same, but the only disadvantage is that if it goes down here in minus, we will be faster in drawdown, right, than if we hold it down here. But the advantage is that actually we increase the balance. So even if this drawdown comes, it doesn't matter because our balance is bigger, right? So to speak, our gains would be acting as a buffer for a drawdown up here, right? So it's basically pretty much the same. We need to see what we will do. I will decide about it later. Now I will just monitor it carefully and see if we get this 1 hour engulfing. That is key. If this engulfing doesn't come today, then we need to get out of the trade, because then there is a risk of this still happening today. But I'm fairly confident actually that it will turn around here at S3, right? So I will keep monitoring and keep updating you guys. Catch you later.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, quick update here. It's going pretty well so far. Let's look back in MetaTrader. So we have a nice floating profit here of 400 now. Need to see what we do. Of course, I'm already tempted again to take the profit, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm expecting more upside to come minimum here, right? Minimum like 20-30 pips more, but actually I'm thinking it's gonna come up here, do 40 pips more, and then we need to see daily, right? What will happen to the daily candle? This will be the big question. So here is the 4 hour also. I think we're gonna go all the way to almost the top of the 4 hour, and yeah, then let's go back to trading view. Then when we are up here somewhere, right, then the decision will happen if the daily can flip green or not. If daily doesn't flip green, then it's better to go out, of course, because then, you know, if it closes red, then tomorrow we'll go again to the bottom, right? Because then we need like 3 weeks down here and we will come back again to the bottom. Like I said, there's a high chance that we don't turn around so quickly here, right? I mean, the longer term goal, if you look in weekly, right, as we discussed many times, is up here in my belief, but there are different possibilities how we could come up here, right? There's also the possibility of this even of this bigger three-wave structure here, but this only gets more plausible if the weekly closes red, right? If the weekly closes red with a small red one, then this will, I'm pretty confident that this stuff will happen. If weekly gets pushed green, then I believe we will have a more faster correction where actually the three waves are in here and we actually come up like this, right? All depends, right? All depends on the weekly close in the end, of course, and how long this will stall here. In the perfect case, the daily would switch green already today and then we can stay in, but I don't think that will happen. I think the game plan is more like that we come up here to this zone up here, right? Something like that. So come up here, then take the profits probably here because daily will probably be red, and then we come down here. We could still take out this low point here with a next red day and then come up. This could also be in the cards, right? So I need to monitor careful here, and if we're in gain, right, I also want to see that I can secure the gains somehow. But also not take them off prematurely, right? This is the most difficult thing in trading, guys. As you can see, my entries are pretty much always spot on. We always end up in gain somehow, but the problem is where do you take it? Do you leave it for a runner so you can finally have a good risk reward, and that will propulse your account way up, so you even if you lose, you will not you will not give up a lot because you just made so much before the high risk reward stuff, right? This is very important. You need it sometimes, but a lot of times it doesn't play out, and a lot of times you need to play the more lower risk to reward, or even the bad risk to reward under 1-to-1, you know, to make your account more stable and grow and get more consistency in trading, right? It's always the trade-off, and then you always need to think about where should I go out, right? Is it still pushing here? Can I still get more out of the move, or is the move done here? Should I go out? And then anyway, the same entry point will come again and again, so you have thousands of chances to get in again, but already with some secured profit is also good, right? So we will monitor it for now. Like I said,
Later.
okay, update guys. We're starting now the risk management here a bit. We still have 400 floating. We have the SL now for both positions here, because I don't want to give up everything if this, you know, makes now a red one and comes down again to the 2 hour bottom. We have now a new 2-hour candle. I hope it's gonna just push up more without any pullback here. The danger is, of course, if this comes red, then it's probably going to go all the way down here. This is why I decided to start protecting here a bit.
One eternity later.
Okay, guys, potentially I made a mistake here. As you can see, I took off the position, but probably, I don't know, maybe prematurely. Here, I mean, there is this resistance here, but I went out because I saw this engulfing on the 5-minute. I should have actually, you know, just taken the SLs tighter and let it run, because 15-minute you can see the close was not red, so it's probably gonna push up more, could be, and here it's still strong. So I think that was a little bit too fast. I should have just taken the SLs. Yeah, we took almost 500 gains here, so that's not bad. But I jumped in there too quickly to take it out, actually. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll take a rest now until the US session and then re-strategize again.
Unfortunately, I tried to trade long a couple more times and gave away all of the daily gains in re-entries, ultimately ending the trading day in a slight negative.
The next trading
Alright
day.
guys, quick update here, welcome back. Yeah, as you can see guys, we are in a pretty good win here of 1,500. I scaled in pretty aggressively here, as you can see, bigger sizes, because I'm very convinced in today's setup. You can see this in the daily here. Actually, let me go to trading view, but I don't have it set up right now. Basically, okay, show you here. For me, oh my god, MetaTrader. Okay, fuck it. Just wanted to. Okay, fuck it. I can't. Yeah, MetaTrader is so bad. Yeah, I wanted to use this line here, this tool, but screw it in MetaTrader then. Basically, I wanted to show you guys that here on daily, for me there was a clear structure support here, as you can see here, right? and this last day closed right on it. That's why I went aggressively long, right? And as you guys know, I'm expecting this upside target here to come, also because of the weekly. For me, this is the week when it can push through. There's a probability here, it doesn't have to, but it would be nice if it would do it, right? And we have high targets here, so the account would grow massively if we keep this position and if it would go up there without any problems. We need to see, it could make some problems and some troubles and we need to cut it, but at the moment it looks good, right? We are in a very good profit here. And to recap what happened, because you see the balance is a bit down, I gave it up again. So on the same day, what happened is I went long here, very good timing in the entry right down here. So it was perfect. I wrote it up here, there I went out, and then I always try to get some re-entries here and here and whatever, but then it always came down with these wicks and stuff, so we always took some losses. So and I did that maybe 3-4 times, took always a loss of like 100 or something, like small losses, which is unfortunately fortunate because I had such a good entry down here, right? And the good tactic would have been to just let it run right away, and still letting it run would have been better, right? But I didn't do that. I cashed it out somewhere here because here was not so certain that it will go up more, and then I bought in again. You can see here also this averaging here was a little bit too early. This is still from yesterday, and then I went in here again and again.
Boss stack activated.
So hopefully it's gonna pull through now. I want to put in actually more size if I can into these trades, because we have these other trades all in profit. So, but we will do this carefully, right? We will wait now a bit and then see where we can go in again. And maybe if we don't find any opportunities, then we just wait the daily close and then see again. But right now we are very good here in floating, so this could be a trade that it will do a big jump in our account. I hope so. If we just come up here, right, this would be minimum, and the bigger target would be here, this weekly high. I'm still waiting for that to be taken out in the next couple of weeks or days, right? So let's see here, looking good. We can also see the structure here. This is about to break to the upside, which also gives this target here, right? I will show you this in trading view later. I need to set it up. All right, guys, so now I have set up trading view as well. So this is what I mean, what you can see here. I'm expecting like this structure here now to be get broken or something to the upside, basically. That would give us some targets up here, right, at this level. This will be the final goal, this 1.13, right? This is also over this weekly target here. We need to see now the close is in here in the 4-hour and the 2-hour. So probably it could do a pullback now, and we could use that for some scale-ins, right? So I'm expecting this minimum to be tapped here again. In the worst case, we can also see a deep pullback again to the body lows and stuff, like, right, to the candle lows here. Maybe here that would be possible if you think about it, to close this wick here, or gap, whatever you want to call it. That would be possible. Or we just see a pullback in the structure here. If that happens, I would scale into the position, because as you can see now in TradingView, in MetaTrader, pretty much all the positions are in profit now. We managed some stop losses here as well. So we need to be careful because the size is big. It's very big, but I want to build up more, because I think this is the one that can run. I have a high conviction here, and this is the one that can flip our account, basically, right? So we'll see. Probably gonna come down here somewhere again, and then probably try to put in 1 lot more, or 2 lots, and then we have 8 lots in total again already. My God, we want to keep this position for 150 pips, right? So already with 6 lots right now, 150 pips. That will be so 100 pips will be 6k already. That would be 9k, right? And that will be 9k already. But if we're gonna leave it for really 150 pips, if we really can do that with the 6 slot without any problems here. Of course, if this is gonna try to fish out new lows and stuff, then we need to close it before. And I actually am also pretty tempted to take the gains actually, but we will not do that right now because I think this is the runner. 9,000 would be crazy on this account. We are 3,000 up plus 9,000, right? We crazy. We would arrive at 12k in the account, right? If we get in 2 lots more, then it would be even more crazy. Then we have 8 lots. That alone would give us 12k, right? So we'll see what happens here. I try to leave it. I want to really leave it until the end of the day if possible. I have a feeling that we will get here the engulfing up, but it could. There's also a danger that it retraces today down and makes a small green one to close small and green and then go up the next day. That could also happen. In the worst case, we could also be totally wrong here. This is gonna make new lows, right? Be very careful here. I'm gonna monitor it closely, guys. Hopefully we will have a very good daily close here today and then have a runner in our hands. We'll see. I don't like how this is potentially turning down here. Let's monitor it. It would be good if weekly would flip up green, right? Once the flip on weekly occurs on green, then we should be good to actually go into the targets up here. To see if that happens, that will be very, very big if that happens, right? From the structure wise, like I said, it makes for me total sense that we have actually now supported the structure here enough, did enough corrections here in 3 waves to now rocket up here, right? If you can see again here in TradingView, this is basically the structure here where the support area is, right? You don't see it so well on the 4 hour, but on the daily you see it very well. This is exactly why I went in here so large, because this was exactly again on the structure. I think this is gonna do a good daily close here. Green, hopefully engulfing, that would be even better. But also if it just closes normally, green would be good. And then, like I said, run this structure here to the upside. Give us this all the way, this target 1.13, right, in the price. Looking pretty good. We, in this case, did complete an ABC here, which I hope is completed. There's always, of course, the risk of a bigger ABC. Hopefully that will not play out. We have this trend line break here, right? There's a lot coming together, and this is why I want to hold it, right? Also, the end of the month is coming. I think the monthly candle has 6 more days. It can extend more. Why not? Normally I don't look at the monthly, but it's just a little thing to notice. Weekly we had a engulfing here, right, to initiate again up thrust. The weekly mirrored up gives us this goal also here on the 1.13. So there's a lot coming together here, guys. This is why I'm holding right now, and I hope without any shenanigans we go up there. Of course there's always a risk of some shit like that, right? Hopefully that will not happen, because I'm very happy now with the entries, and I would like them to stay in positive and plus, and you know, just slowly go up. It doesn't need to be a rocket and go immediately. It can take some days, but as long as we don't go significantly in minus again, right, that would be nice. If there's some pullbacks, like I said, I will try to put in a little bit more size, but not that much anymore, or maybe only 1 or 2 lots more. And I need to be careful not to pull the average price up too much, right? I don't like to actually scale into profits. Normally it's not such a good idea. I don't like it too much because it moves up your average entry, right? That's why we need to do it with spread out smaller sizes. And let's see. All right, I think pullback is starting here now. We'll see how big that will be, and hopefully it will then, after the pullback, go up more. So catch you guys later.
1 eternity later.
Okay guys, welcome back. So we did something here. We took this opportunity here of the pullback. As you guys can see, there was a pullback here on this kind of structure support level here, and as I'm assuming this will be a strong trend day, I hope so. Of course, I don't know if it will be. We need luck for that as well, and easily it could have happened that it touches down there as well, or even do a double top, right? You never know. But I'm assuming this is a strong trend day, so I want to go with the flow, of course, which is long here, as you can see, coming from this support here. And 4 hour also is green thrusting up. This is why I scaled in here a bit. We'll go shortly to trading view. So as you can see, here are the scale ins. It looked pretty good, but now it's coming back just as I'm making the video. But that's normal. It will, you know, move around here. Hopefully this will do, in the best case scenario, green, red, green, right, with the next 1 hour close. This would be nice, and then we should be able to move up more, right? So I'm expecting here this kind of pattern of green, red, green happening over this support, which is here. This is the closest support that I've found, right? It might be that it wants to retrace deeper, we need to see, but that would be nice to, if this keeps being over the support, green, and makes a green, red, green pattern here, and then it could move up more from here, right, in this direction up here. So let's monitor it. We have a lot of floating gains here. We need to be careful, right? Again, to make these positions here costs me a bit. I gave away like 30 bucks or something here, as you can see in the balance, 30-40 bucks. Because I went in, then I saw maybe a little bit too early, and then I closely went in again. So we have now these 2 averages here as well. So we need to be careful because this pulled up our average entry, of course. So if this comes red, I want to close them quickly so that our average entry in total goes down again, right? I don't want to carry them around in minus if possible. And we have now in total 8 lots here on the table, which is massive for a 3K account, you know. We need to be very, very careful here. This could easily, if we don't manage this well, destroy the whole account, right? But we want to do a big push now on the account. I believe in the setup, trying to execute it as well as possible, and we need the luck on our side, of course. That's just needs to be also said, right? This is not skill here anymore with this kind of size. It needs luck. So with that being said, guys, catch you in the next one.
One eternity later.
All right, guys, welcome back. So let's look here in MetaTrader. So basically we have stacked in, we have bringing down the hammer on this position. So this is basically the Hail Mary now here in this account, I would say. Yeah, I believe in the long setup. For me, this formation looks pretty much like it will turn here and come all the way up here. This is what I wanted to see. This is exactly what I've been waiting for 2-3 weeks also, for this move to then finally complete the target here on the weekly, which is up here. I think this move is aligning up now. Try to stay in here if we can. Of course, we need to act in case this move will get butchered or doesn't work out or something happens, because this is random what happens here in the markets, right? But you can see we're floating 1,100 right now. We're in the equity 4K. In the balance, we again gave away like 160 again. Unfortunately, we're under 3K now because we had to restructure here. I took some partial losses here and then stacked in again here to, you know, further improve the averaging, right? As you know, even in the beginning, I was even in long here in the top, right? Took all of this out always, and then here, now here's a 0.5, so took a partial here, restructured down here. This costs a little bit, but it improves our average entry always, right? Consistently. And then once it finally turns around, then we get in good profits, right? This is basically the idea behind this. And now, believe it or not, guys, we have 10 lots stacked here on a freaking 3K account. This is freaking insane.
Full gambling mode initiated.
10 lots, what does it mean? 30 pips against you in this account is gone. Goodbye, right? The only thing why we can do this is because we spreaded it here over some distance, right? This is why we can do this, and here is the bulge of it, right? This is the bulge. This I cannot allow this to go in minus again here, right? If we come again down here, I need to close these out or partially close them out. I need to react quickly because here we are way over leveraged in this area right here, and this is why we need to be careful, right? The other positions here, they are not so much of a problem. This is a problem. We will see in the top one is only 0.5, so this is good. I'm only doing this because I really believe in this move. If this works out, guys, hold your horses. I'm you know, anticipating 150 pips upside here, right? If we really get 150 pips with 10 lots, that is 15k. 15k on top of this account, right? We would be shy of 18k in the balance if we can realize this, if we can realize it. If this goes up without any shenanigans, without going under this bulwark here or bulge of positions I have here in German, there's this word Ballwerk, right? So we need to see, like I said, I believe this is an up move coming here, playing out in the next couple of days, weeks. And yeah, hopefully we will not get some stupid move down here again. Need to see if some washout moves will be unfortunate, because then we need to deleverage again, and then if we need to leverage in again every time, we need to change the averages and leverage out, leverage in. It always costs a little bit, right? It always does some haircuts on the accounts, and they can add up if this goes on for too long, right? So this we need to be careful of as well. I didn't want to go under the 3k mark actually, but we are now under the 3k mark. Keep in mind, guys, why I'm so relaxed in here as well is because I'm already risk-free in total, right? This account, I traded up from 300 USD all the way up, right, to 3k, even 4k. It was in one time in the balance 4k, but we could never held that. We did some losses again and stuff, went back to 3.5k. But then I took out 400 bucks for myself, withdrawal, and this is why I'm risk-free here. Like at the moment I even earned 100 bucks from all of this, which is kind of silly, but I cannot lose here anymore, right? Even if I blow the account, it goes to zero. Of course I would be sad, because we have a very good opportunity here. I hope it will not happen. I will do my best to protect this account somehow, but this is super risky what we're doing here, right? We could easily lose this account. Like I said, normally if you have 10 lots in one zone in one price level, it only needs to go 30 pips below it and this account is finished, right? So keep that in mind. It's super risky. I cannot do more than 10 lots. This is now the ultimate limit, right? From the leverage wise, we even still have a lot of free margin. This is crazy, right? Because this leverage is high on this account, is a 1 to 500, but we never want to max this out. That would be stupid. Then we would lose easily. But yeah, 10 lots here is massive. We need to be very careful, monitor it, and I hope we will get a swift move up here. Then we can relax, we can adjust some stop losses, and then we will be in a better shape. Here, of course, it's still risky. We don't know what will happen here, right? Let's look at the 4 hours. I think 4 hour doesn't need to pull through now yet. It can also be come down again, close red, and then with the next 4 hour. We need to see how the 4 hour close will come in. This will also be decisive, of course. I hope it will be a good 4 hour close for us. And our US session is pre-market is opening in like 30 minutes. So we'll go transitioning here into the new session. Hopefully it will work out, guys. Yeah, I'm of course a little bit nervous, even I'm risk-free in total. It would be such a nice play to have this recorded on YouTube. Would be insane, right? So this is a real account. Keep in mind, this is no fake shit here, right? Yeah, would be also the biggest flip that I have ever done. My biggest flip so far was from 300 USD on, and the top was then 8.6k. This was the biggest flip I've done, but this also took 2 months or something. Here we are just trading for like a month now, right? Not even. And yeah, let's see how it will turn out. This is pretty crazy. I've never done such an aggressive flip, to be honest. I've never traded actually 10 lots in a private account, to be honest. Only in prop, of course. Prop, yeah, for sure, but not in the private ones, right? In the private ones, I'm normally very careful, right? I trade maybe 1 lot max or something. So let's see how this works out, guys. I update you in a bit.
1 hour later.
Okay guys, quick update here. So we're trying to break out here now. It will be crucial. You can see the balance here. We were already up a lot actually, but now we came down a bit. Yeah, we're at the 5k mark here in the equity as well. But all of this doesn't matter because nothing here is realized, right? So we shouldn't even think about it really. Important now is this engulfing. We need absolutely this engulfing on the 2 hour here, that this comes in now in like 13 minutes. And that 4 hour stays green. It would be better if it even extends a bit. This will be crucial because if this closes red, then it could turn around with the next 4 hours, and then we would need to take gains or something. Get out of it, unfortunately and prematurely, because we cannot afford a bad 4-hour close when it then crashes down again, right? This could be very dangerous. So we need to very carefully monitor it here now in 13 minutes, and yeah, I'll catch you then.
Later.
Okay guys, we are back here. So we're currently pushing here. I like that. We are almost 3k here in the floating equity. Brings the account to 5.8. So yeah, looking good. We want to just relax and chill and go with this 2-hour thrust. As long as this is thrusting up and not engulfed down, we want to stay in the position. Next target should be these high points here actually, and potentially this wick. And then we need to see a daily close, right? If daily candle engulfs today, perfect. That would be a dream. I would stay in the trade for the next couple of days. If it doesn't engulf, right, then we need to actually go out probably today, right? So the daily close will be crucial here later at night. I need to monitor that carefully. We have a good gain here now on the account. Account is like 6k now even. Wow, my god, these 10 lots are really kicking in now, right? We should minimum come to this high point here, right? This is the minimum target. The bigger target is actually that weekly high point, which is up here, right? This would be a dream. Our account would be super big by then. But we need to see. We need to be careful, act smart. And we definitely need to, you know, monitor this daily close as well, carefully, to see if we gotta go out. Now R1 is also coming here. And let me go to trading view actually. Here you go. Okay. Make this full screen here. Alright, so here is trading view, right? So now you can see we are close to R1, so this is a potential hurdle, but I think it should go over it. Actually, I'm expecting these high points up here. There are many high points which should be yeah, be fished out at some points, right? I mean, check this out, all of these high points up here. Oh, we're pushing now significantly to the daily high, which is here. We might take the profit, guys, at the daily high, right? I'm not sure. 6k. I want this account at 10k, that's the thing. And if we get the engulfing today, guys, that means weekly would flip on green. Not sure if it can do it. Here is the decision area, right? The question is, do we keep this now until the night time, or do we take our gains here and run somewhere, right? I mean, I'm still expecting some upside over the R1, to be honest. Let's look in terms of Bollinger, if we have room. Last time I checked, there was room. Yeah, there is some room here. There is some room to wash out in these kind of high points, so I'm expecting this to go further, right? As long as we're here in the up thrust on 2 hour, I'm definitely seeing here another minimum 20 pips, 25 pips, and maximum 30 pips, right, for the daily. Then it should close, and then the question is, will it engulf here, right? Here on the left you have the daily chart. If it engulfs, of course we stay in here with the bigger targets. If it doesn't engulf, we need to act, because if there's no engulfing, then we could see something like that, right? And then a turnaround. So SIG would of course also be R2 today. I don't know if it can still come there. It's kind of asking for a lot, but let's see. Trying to do my best now to stay in this position because we have a potential runner on our hand, right? And so far there's no reason to get out, right? There's no turnaround signal and stuff. That, of course, for psychological part, it's super hard now to stay in this position, to be honest. Look at these floating gains. Look at how much the difference is here between balance and equity. It's super hard. Actually makes me also kind of nervous, but I'm a strong believer that the targets are up here actually already. I talked about this for 2 or 3 weeks, right? So now we need to follow through with it and just let it roll, yeah. Of course the sizes are high. We're with 10 lots in here. It's insane.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, back here again. We are now at the key area. We are at the daily high point. As you can see, we are also 4,200 in floating. Equity is currently 7k. Account is growing now. It's very nice. Now it's gonna be critical because as you can see, we're at the daily high point here, right? So this is the key area. I'm still trying to hold it because here on the 2 hour and 4 hour it's pushing. We are in thrust. We want to hold it possibly until the end of the day. I hope it's not gonna get pushed down now anymore. Just go up until the end of the day, and then we can hopefully have the luxury to see at 11 o'clock if it's engulfed or not. And then if it's engulfed, we stay in. If it's not engulfed, we go out, right? This is the game plan. Now let's look here. Trading view. You can see 4 hour. I'm expecting more upside to come here, right? So hopefully this candle will still push up more. Of course there is some resistance here, but I think it's gonna push through here. And then this here on the left side is the key, right? We need an engulfing here in the daily. At night we need to see if it's engulfed, we stay. Then we can get higher targets, potentially get a whole daily candle for us. That would be massive with 10 lots, right? But if it's not engulfing, then we need to somehow go out. In the worst case, if it's drawing down now, that would not be nice. Let's see here, 30 minutes, don't like that too much this close here. Let's see. Yeah, could draw down here a little bit actually, guys. Need to see, right? Try to stay in here. 2 hours is still green. 4 hours is still green. Trying to stay in, right? This is hard now. It's not easy for the mind. We have yeah, a lot of gains here, right, at the moment, and it's going up and down quickly because we have 10 lots. It's too much, right? You see this little tick down already. We're not 7k up anymore, only 6.6. So this is not easy, but I'm still trying to hold it, right, and see what happens until the end of the day. Hopefully we get lucky here. It's out of my hands now, guys. I just did whatever I could, and now it's out of my hands what will happen here.
One eternity later.
Okay, guys. Last update of the day. We're closing now the day. It's finishing in like 3 minutes. You can see we are, yeah, pretty much almost 6k here in profit floating. Not realized though, so it's dangerous. We are actually only in the balance, we actually only 2.8k. But if you think about this, account came up here from 300, so it's still good, but this is a big difference now. If we will close now, we will be 8.8k. So the account flip is almost completed to 10k actually. Let's have a look though, because here on the daily it's working out beautifully so far. Let's have a look here. As you can see, this is exactly what I wanted to see from today, you know. I wanted to see this engulfing in the daily. We're closing here now in 2 minutes the day, right? So I'm expecting a pullback here tomorrow, maybe only until here. Maybe it can also come until here. In the worst case, all the way down would be stupid, but it could come until here actually if it wants to, and then come up or even turn here, you know. I hope the trend will stay strong, and we have still upside here actually, guys. So I'm trying to stay in. Of course we will pay now a swap fee also of $62 to keep this trade. Here to the first targets it's still 60 pips to go, and I think the bigger target is actually over here, so there is still another 100 pips almost, you know, which would be 10k more in profit, right? We are 10 lots stacked in here. We need to see. It's pretty crazy to manage this gain now because the size is so big with 10 lots, and this small account size is actually pretty small. The 10 lots is much too big for this account. This is why we are able to flip it up now. Yeah, I'm expecting some pullback to come here in the night a little bit, hopefully not too deep, and then up more, right? And if we look at the target of this daily candle now, so we take the range of the day, we exactly get this high point here. This is the target here. So for the next couple of days, potentially we could be here in the end of the week, would be nice, or it could take until the next week. We will see. Hopefully it will not take too long, because every time we hold overnight we pay swap, and then we have Wednesday to Thursday we have the triple swap, which will cost us 180 USD. So we need to see, hopefully it will, you know, rush up here, and then we will somewhere take the gains out. You know, we need to realize this profit at some point, but so far I see no reason to cut it now, because I'm thinking that here is a brand new thrust in the daily, starting with this engulfing, right? And it should easily come up here the next couple to 2 or 3 days, right? This is the new thrust. We will get some pullback first, right? And then up more, something like that, right? So looking good, looking good. Alright guys, back here with an update. So it's the next day. We're still holding here the position. Yeah, we're like 6k here in floating, so we need to be careful. Equity is actually at 9k. So we are pretty close to flipping this to 1k, to 10k. Actually, we were already at 10k when we were up here. So now we have a pullback, which could be dangerous. I don't like the 4-hour close here, to be honest, too much. Doesn't look that nice, but daily is green and we have the clear intent to hold. So we will wait it out. Hopefully this correction will remain shallow, right? So let's go to TradingView actually. Here we can see it better, right? So yeah, so daily is green here. Hopefully it will stay green, the candle, but of course there can easily be a pullback more deeper down here back to the pivot. And this is actually what I was expecting to come today. Pivot point is here. That would give us a pullback down here, make a red candle and daily briefly, and then go up, hopefully. Expecting the candle today to close green or some small in-between candle, and then tomorrow another green momentum candle, something like that. Either today the green momentum or tomorrow. Probably because we're so overextended now a bit here on the 4-hour, as you can see. Probably today it's just gonna you know, correct sideways for a bit. Maybe something like that, and then hopefully after that with the next day, tomorrow, starting to rocket again with a green one. I can imagine maybe it doesn't go directly up now today because we are overextended here in the 4 hours, so there could be a chance of sideways correction. That's all good as long as we don't break down too much, but that should not happen because daily is green. We clearly did an engulfing here, as you can see with the last one before. This is the daily here right on the left, and that gives us clear targets to the upside, and we're gonna wait it out. I want this price to come up here 1.126 all the way to 1.128. Those will be the targets, right? Let's see, hopefully we will have some smaller corrections only in the smaller time frames, like here on 15 minutes. That will be totally fine, then go up again, hopefully like that. Hopefully we don't have any bigger corrections, but we need to see. Yeah, I'm gonna monitor carefully, guys. I'm intending to hold here for the next couple of days. I don't know if we can get out today of this trade. It would need to rocket on the daily all the way up here to the targets, right? If that happens, then we can get out today. If not, we need to stay another day or another 2 days in here and until the end of the week, and then we need to pay the triple swap overnight. That kind of sucks, but we would have to do that in that case, right? Because we're not at the targets yet, from what I see, and I'm planning to hold this trade because daily is in a clear good setup right now, right? So I'm expecting another 100 pips to come up here. You know, 80 pips, 100 pips, that could give us a good profit, so I'm gonna wait it out. Anyway, guys, catch you in the next one.
1 hour later.
Okay, guys, quick update here. Yeah, as you can see, I scaled in just one lot here, +1 right here, right? Because it could turn around here. Maybe the correction is over. Maybe it could even go deeper, in my opinion, as well. I did this because, you know, the daily was basically at the bottom, kind of. But actually, yeah, we could dip a little bit deeper, like I said, all the way down here. So that would be still another 10-15 pips more down. If that happens, right, if we still correcting down here in this area this week, I would put the next one +1, right? So I'm planning to maybe get in two lots more in total, right? So one we have already, then one more, and then we are done. I don't want to average in too much on top here because we are, you know, worsening our average entry with this. And also, if it comes down more in minus, I will take out 50% of this probably as well. First of all, I do this a lot of times, the positions that don't work, cut them 50% and then average in one lot down here again somewhere, so then we would have 1.5 in with the light one on top, something like that, right? I think it's still a bit early for here to turn around, but I tried it here now. We'll see. And yeah, I think that's also pretty much it. We need to wait for the US session to get a new impulse here, right?
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so sorry, update right here. Yeah, we are now in the equity over 10k, as you guys can see here.
Target achieved.
Very nice. So if I would close all of these positions now, then we would have completed the flip from 300 USD to 10k in only 1 month. Yeah, pretty happy with that. But like I said, I have higher targets. Sorry guys, my window is open, there's a lot of noise outside. We have higher target and this is still rocketing up, so I don't think I need to go out here yet, right? We want this daily candle to extend up, right? It's so noisy outside, I don't know what's going on. We want this daily candle to, you know, extend up. A daily candle can easily move 60 pips on average in Euro USD, and if this is a momentum candle, it can come up to 70, 80 pips, potentially even 100 pips, right? So we want this to play out here, so I'm gonna leave it into the next session. Of course, it's risky because we have so much gains. It actually makes me kind of nervous, to be honest, to be 7k in floating here, and knowing this is not realized, because this, you know, you could lose all of this still. As long as it's not closed, as long as it's not realized, it's not there, right? That's how you need to treat it. And even if it's realized and the account is at 10k, it's still with the in the brokerage account in the broker, so that's, for me, is still not real. Only if I withdraw all of this to my bank account, then it's real for me, actually. With that being said, but it still makes me kind of nervous to watch this, of course. We did scale in here these 2 lots that I talked about. We wanted to scale in here, so I think we have potentially a good point here on our hands. Luckily, only a shallow pullback so far, so hopefully this will go through. Of course, there can also be three-wave correction. We need to see. Let me go to trading view quickly. So hopefully this will, you know, rocket up now with the daily, because the daily is green, as you can see here. Expecting an extension up, extended body today in the daily. If it doesn't extend today, it might even, you know, just, you know, chill around here today, make a small candle with the green body. That's also okay, because then it will do it tomorrow, and it just needs to kind of correct today in a small range, because we did run up a lot. So it can be that maybe we're just gonna, you know, correct around here like this, and then in the next couple of days come up. This can also be, you know, something like that in the 4 hours. So it can take a while here. It doesn't need to go make a rocket today. But like I said, as long as the engulfing here is intact on daily that we had yesterday, and as long as it's not completely broken down, right, I'm expecting further upside to come in the next couple of days, or until the end of the week, or maybe even until the beginning of the next week. And until that, I'm gonna wait wait it out, right? Minimum target will be here the 1.12.5. I'm expecting this week to be taken out though, and even an overshoot over this week a little bit and to go to 1.13. This will be the very final target here, right, where I will take out that stuff. So we need to see how this will evolve. At the moment, I like it because it's starting to wake up and push up a little bit. Hopefully it will continue today, but like I said, there's also the chance of just a chill day here, and then tomorrow or on Friday doing the up move. So this is the goal from the daily candle, that one before that give us the signal to stay here in upthrust or initiate the upthrust again. So here that will be the goal area, right? Just measuring this kind of momentum candle. That brings us again to this wick here, which I have as a target. So then yeah, let's monitor this. We need to see, of course, this, you know, I'm not sure if this is already finished, right? It could easily do something like that and then do another push down in the US session and then go up, you know, like I don't see like this 3-wave correction pretty clearly yet. I don't really see that clearly, so that might still need to play out. In rare occasions, if it's a strong trend, yes, it can pull through, but most of the times, guys, from my experience, I notice it doesn't go through. The first time it needs this 3-wave structure and then even fish out the low point again and then go up, right? So we need to see. This could take a while. I'm just gonna chill in here, of course. It's kind of hard to stay in here if you see that your account is at 10k if you just close it, and if you see this floating gains of 7k, right? It's a pretty crazy. But I keep you updated, guys. Talk to you later.
A few moments later.
Okay, guys, update. We're going into a correction here. It was pretty obvious this would happen. Like I said, it's normally doesn't happen that it just goes through like this in one shot, right? It normally needs this 3-wave structure, which is now potentially coming. Going back here to TradingView, right? It's most likely wants this 3-wave structure here, right? Something like that, and then come up again. So this is why we getting ready for it. What I don't like about it though is that it could push daily on red. That would be nasty if that would happen. Daily needs to stay green here if possible, so we can stay in this trade tomorrow and until the end of the week. Hopefully this doesn't come red here, but I'm seeing now the 3-wave structure is taking place. I have the stop losses here on technical levels, you know, and let's put this one a little bit down. $36 risk here, and then here $14 risk. So I'm monitoring this closely. Potentially I'm here on the trigger to take actually this scale-in that's more on top out. As soon as this tries to go negative, I'm probably going to take it out because I want to save a little bit of money. I don't want this to lose $36. So I'm on the trigger here with that. If we're lucky, this somehow stabilizes and goes up, because daily is green. It should actually push up more, but the problem is it might need the 3-wave structure. Normally it does, right? For me, it pretty much looks now like it wants to do that as well. 3-wave structure, maybe minimum like this, right? And it could even do something like that, come back to the pivot and then go up, right? Unlikely to turn here like that, but who knows? Daily is green, so it should push. 4 hour is also engulfed up, right? So maybe it takes the momentum again and to go up somehow already at these levels right here. That would be nice. Let's see. I was thinking at some point we need to do some pullbacks and do some kind of 3-wave structure, because we are pretty overextended. So not so surprising here. I just hope we can manage it well. We'll see. Then 1 hour is very nasty in the close. I don't really like that at all. I really wanted R2 to come today, because that would be then closer to our targets up here, right? And R2, we could have maybe thought about possibly ending the trade there. Take all the gains and then don't pay the triple swap, because that would be already pretty it's not at the target, but it would be closer to it. So I was highly banking on R2, but so far it didn't come today. We need to see here. Hopefully it's gonna stabilize, and catch you later, guys. Okay, update, guys. It's coming down pretty aggressively here, which of course it was expected actually after this nasty 1 hour close here. There is downside now. Question is, what will happen now with daily? Daily is still green. Hopefully it will stay green, otherwise we have some problems. 4 hour is, it's nasty on the 4 hour, because actually 4 hour engulfed up. It looked like thrusting up, everything is good and fine, but no. Now we're at the 4 hour low. I took out all of the positions here that I scaled in very well. I didn't get any minus on them, just on 0. I just manually went out, and anyway the SL was a little bit lower. But I saw already this is still heavy, so I was like, screw it, let's go out at 0. We're giving away a lot of gains, right? We were already here 9k in floating. This is not a nice situation, guys, but what should we do? Looking at TradingView quickly, because in the daily actually the setup is still pretty clear, right? I'm also surprised it went here on R1 and turned around there already, because we were already so much up that I thought, okay, then it's gonna make R2, but no, we had to have this 3-wave corrective pattern here, because we are overextended. Now especially these wicks don't look good, so I'm expecting we have some more downside here as well. I don't know about the daily close. That will be, of course, dangerous now. It could even come down here easily. Even these wicks could still be tested again. We have a lot of downside potentially, but it doesn't make sense with the daily, which is engulfed up, right? But actually this kind of pullback to close this wick on the daily is still missing. So this might come now, like probably comes now in then, yeah. We'll need to see pushing down heavily here and quickly, swiftly, whatever you want to call it, come back to the support here. And then we need to see, I want to scale in those 2 lots again once the correction here is done. We just need to see how aggressive this correction will be. I'm expecting some kind of ABC to form here, and then yeah, maybe at with the next 1 hour close, hopefully stabilizing somewhere. I don't see the stabilization happening right now. It's probably going to dump for another hour. This is the danger. We don't know how much it can dump in that hour. Yeah, after that, once it's stabilized, we have actually good prices again that are a little bit cheap to do another scale in of 2 lots, and then hopefully let it run here to the final targets, right, that are up here somewhere actually. This is a little target here, but the bigger ones are still up there. So still looking good, but this is a pullback that was to be expected. It also came off this high point here. Of course, something would happen there, but we were actually through already, so I was thinking it was good, but now a fast and sudden yeah, sell off here. I need to see how this turns out. 10 more minutes to a 30-minute close. I'm gonna wait it out. I'm expecting more downside, hopefully not too much. Daily is nasty. If daily comes in red with a wick, we're done, right? Then we need, because then the weekly can come red again, and then we can potentially even do double topping here. That would destroy the whole setup. Then we would need to take the gains. But let's see. I hope daily will recover here on green, and then hopefully we'll get another buy of these levels that we have down here. Of course, they need to be run quickly because there are stops behind it that need to be liquidated. So that's how you say it. And then once they're all stopped out and nobody can go long, I mean all the longs are gone, then it can go long, right? So we'll see. Catch you guys later.
Alright, let's see if Ethereum has gone to the moon already. Why is this always happening to me?
Alright guys, very sad. Our experiment has come to an end. We flipped the account up to 11k, all in equity, never in balance, because we didn't close the trade. And this move today in the 4 hour here, sudden turnaround down. It did top out here, unfortunately, and that's basically done. This experiment is done.
Alright guys, I need to interrupt you quickly here. So yeah, now you will see in the final stages we did a crucial mistake, unfortunately guys, and this is why we kind of became toasted, right? So what happened? I was overconfident, of course, because I saw a floating gain of 9k, 10k, something like that. You know, I was able, imagine this guys, I had a 3k account, right? And I was able to get 12 lots on that account. That is insane. This is normally something you trade on a prop firm, right? But this is all a private account with real money. I did a very good analysis that the next day would go up without any pullback. It exactly worked out like that. This is how I got in the 12 lots, right? I scaled them in. It worked exactly out like that. No pullback from the beginning of the day. It went up. The only thing where we screwed up, the next day should have been green as well, and it was, but then something happened that normally doesn't happen or has a very, very low probability to happen. In the evening of the same day, like 16 o'clock, 17 o'clock, right? The market started tanking. And normally around 17 o'clock, you know, this is European time, right? In the evening around 17 o'clock, the market becomes slower and slower. There's normally a time where you don't trade and where the candles become red, green, and nothing is going on, right? Of course, the market doesn't go up anymore. This is what I also expected. Yeah, it's not going to go up anymore, but it's going to come down a bit and then relax, right? This is what I was expecting, guys. Let me get the camera on this side, right? But what actually happened is that, yeah, the market became faster at that time, right? This is very, very solemnly this happens. Of course, anything can happen in the markets, you never know, but it became faster, right? Yeah, so the market became faster and faster. Unfortunately, the volatility increased at 17 o'clock. Normally that doesn't happen. Of course, anything can happen, but normally it doesn't. I was expecting a slow market correcting a little bit. I saw, I'm not stupid. Of course, I saw the correction signal. I saw in 1 hour, yeah, okay, now it's going to correct. It's going to get slower, but I didn't expect a 100 pips, drop. The market was tanking 100 pips starting at 16, 17 o'clock. That normally doesn't happen. And especially around 18 o'clock, it's dead. You get like a 5 pip range, but still at 18 o'clock, another candle happened, another like 50 pips or something down. And yeah, that was crazy. And you will see the mistake. I scaled in there. I got greedy. I got overconfident. I was thinking, I know exactly what happens. I know it's going to go to my goal. I know it's going to slow down. I'm going to use the correction to even scale it more. And then the next day I will be up more. And this was the crucial mistake, guys. I couldn't sleep after that. I was like, why didn't I just press X? Why didn't I just press X and take the gains? It was enough gains, 10K gains, something like that, 9K floating, whatever it was. And I completely froze, guys. Completely. My psychology was fried. Even I do this stuff for 10 years. This account flip, the big lot sizes screwed me, right? And this is exactly the reason, guys, why you don't trade big sizes, because stuff like that happens, right? This is, of course, is a special experiment. Account flipping there, you must do it. But this is why it's not so...
I didn't expect such a swift turnaround, especially not because daily was engulfing up. We're now at the daily low pretty much. We go to the daily low now and maybe even counter engulf. So it's done. It's pretty much done. That's very unfortunate. If this would have gone a little bit higher here, we would have taken the profits, and it was my fault not to manage here with SL, but it was account flipping, right? Should have gone out here, I guess. The problem is, guys, the whole time I was banking on this kind of structure, right? It could be that we still turn around now here, right? Stabilizing here and then come up eventually, but it's just too low. It's just too low, guys. It's probably gonna dump. So I'm gonna make a payout now of these 800. And I'm gonna pay myself that, and the experiment is done. We failed, unfortunately. We kind of won, but we failed at the same time. I mean, and my nerves are I'm completely drained, guys. I'm completely drained. This experiment, I didn't think it would drain me so much, but it did. I'm completely drained, guys. This account was 11K in the equity. Should have taken it. That turnaround was too quickly. It gave away all of the gains in the same day. I didn't expect a red day today. This was the thing, because we had always upthrust, and I didn't expect it, but it fished out this high point, and that was enough for the euro. So now it looks like a double top, potentially more downside to come. Who knows? But the markets are random. That's what I'm always saying. And I just was going for this high point here, right? And it didn't come. Shit. All right, guys, the experiment is done. And sad how it ended. Should have taken the gains today. Off the table right here. I need to take a break now. I'm not gonna trade now for a while, guys. This would have been my biggest account flip. It would have been if I would have just closed it. You never know the exact turnaround point, but it came here. I never expected it, to be honest. I mean, yeah, this freaking 1 hour here, this red one, this one was bad. This one was bad. This was showing, okay, it's gonna go down, but I never expected such a roll down over. But it makes sense. The low point is here, actually, if you look. It actually makes sense, guys. So yeah, we're done. I'm not gonna continue now. Unfortunately, I didn't get out in time, guys. I was even saying I will close it when we're back at 4K, 3K or something, but I froze. You know how it is. And the rest, yeah, I wanted to get down at 1K. I wanted to close it actually, but even then I was still thinking, it will turn, it will turn, it will turn. I think it even gonna turn here at some point, but it's, who cares now, right? Who cares? Anyway, guys, that's it. Nothing more to say. I need to take a rest. Take care.
All right, guys. So what are my final thoughts about this experiment? Yeah, basically it was crazy. I don't want to redo it now again at the time because it took a heavy psychology on my mind. I need to clear my mind first, right? And but actually in the future, I want to do that again. Why not? We'll see what is possible, because I want to prove what is possible in trading with that experiment. You could see that it's totally possible to flip 300 into 12K. I don't want to promote any gambling. Be clear about that. I hate gambling, but I just want to show you it is actually possible. We were there. I just had to close X and we would have, managed it. We would have actually gotten to the goal in 1 month. The goal was 10K. We did have the account on 10K, even more. It was at 12.5K or something like that, maybe even 13K. And we were able to do it. So I counting this as a win. It was a success. We did do what we wanted to accomplish. Of course, I screwed up in the end. Unfortunately, the final trade, if I didn't find the exit, I froze. Yes, that's true. But the account was there in equity and I'm counting that as a win. So that is the proof, guys. A flip like that is possible. And with that being said, I also think that if you manage that, if I would have taken the gains, I think after that I would have slowed down with the size, because 10 lots would have been 10K would have been a lot on the account, right? I would have slowed down. And I think eventually it's possible to flip an account to 100K. It is possible, but it will rely on a lot of luck. You need to always have the correct market bias, never get crazy in your psychology. But I think it is even possible. And yeah, we will do another experiment in the future. But now I need to clear my mind and I will be back with more, guys. So definitely subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll catch you next one. Yeah, take care, guys. Peace.